so we're here. We're finally gonna do our Q&A for you guys. So we're probably, most likely gonna break it up in 2 or 3 parts. All right, so anyway.
Page 1 down.
We're doing pretty good. Page 1 down. Thanks for all your questions, you guys. Sandra, hi Sandra from Life on Plants. Are your tattoos done with vegan ink?
No.
No, they are not. Got most of them done before I went vegan, so no, they're not. And then along with that question, we got one from Sandy Vegan Gordon. That is, how many tattoos do you have? Show them, and which tats are next? I personally have already done a tattoo video, a whole tattoo video, so I'll link that up here. I'll give you a card for that so you guys can watch that if you want to. And I don't know what tattoos are next because I need to have a talk with my tattoo artist about actually changing the ink to vegan, and I'm not
I really don't think Ben will even take that seriously.
I'm really not looking forward to doing
You
that.
need to find a new artist.
So I've been putting it off for 3 years almost. And I don't know what's next because I probably won't get any more for a while, so I don't know.
Me too, I think I'm done.
You need to finish your arm.
Right.
So now tell about your arm.
Well, they've probably already seen that one, right?
He has this one.
And then this one was that amazing guy.
Yeah, I wish he lived here.
I know, he was really good.
Guy that did this did it freehand with no...
Yeah.
He just did it freehand with a
One
marker
sitting.
in one sitting at a convention that we went to, a tattoo convention, and he was amazing. That tattoo is awesome. I love it. And I wish he lived here, but anyway.
This one...
Can't see it though.
Oh, okay. Well, this one has a tree on it, and...
Samurai.
Well, okay, so the tree... So here's the concept. The tree it's twisted in some areas, it's dead in some areas, it's alive in some areas, and so the tree represents our marriage, right? So it's not perfect, but it's strong.
Right.
And then there's this samurai in front of the tree, and as you can see, he has one hand on his weapon. So he's the guardian. He's protecting the tree. And then up here, you know, it's like Japanese lanterns.
And this was a tattoo. My bad. I talked him into getting a tattoo.
Yeah, which is fine.
And then the guy, he was kind of like drunk when he did it, and
Yeah.
it turned out kind of bad. But then Ben redid it and tried to make it.
He did a good job.
He did it.
So.
He made it look better, and he tried to incorporate it into the lamp to make it look like the picture of the lamp.
Yeah.
So that was one that he got way before he started getting the whole sleeve. But that's it, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
I have no more tattoos.
And once you get the arm
Well, what's
finished,
next?
it's over.
Well, if people out there who know Studio Ghibli, our favorite movie is Howl's Moving Castle, and I would love to have Howl's Castle
Yes.
on this arm.
I would love to have that on him too. That's awesome.
Just his castle.
That would be so awesome.
His movie castle.
Sexy. Yes. I think. But I like cartoon tattoos, obviously. So yeah, check out my tattoo video later on. Next question is from my friend Moni, Mosca Frog Lover on Instagram. So her question is, how are the boys enjoying their own rooms?
They love it.
Yeah, they love it. They're happy.
Yes.
That was easy. And then Luis, are you still making short films?
Yes. Yes and no.
It's usually only like once a year.
Well, so that's for the festival,
The film
the 48-hour
festival.
film festival.
Yeah.
We were mishandled last year's festival, so we decided to skip this year's. We do have there is a concept that we're trying to develop, and although it's not working out.
It's not
so,
working.
no.
Maybe.
I think the acting thing is done.
I think so. He says that every year, and then his friends talk him back into doing another one. So hopefully, he has fun when he does it. So hopefully he'll be able to do it again. And then, what's your book about? Did you finish it? And when do you anticipate it being finished? Okay,
so do we have a while? Where do you start with this freaking book? Okay.
Story time!
The concept for the book itself came to me, now it's been 14 years. And in one way or another over the course of 14 years, I've been working on it, right? Developing it, it's always been in my mind. It's constantly in my mind. It's draining. It's taxing mentally. And so in 2012, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we were talking about, you know, writing and what we like doing, and I told him about this book, and he decided he wanted to help me. And so with his help, I was able to finish the first draft, which I had never done before. And so that was, we finished it in October of 2015, so that the first draft is done. So ever since then, I've been working on editing it like a second draft, and that's been going great. I would put myself at about 70% complete on that. Amazon has a great publishing service that, you know, you could go through them and you have two choices. Either you can have a physical book, and that way anyone can buy it through the Amazon store, or you can choose to go through to be an ebook, and then that way anyone who has, you know, a Kindle or an iPad, iPhone, are able to download books from Amazon, are able to have access to the book. So I give myself the deadline of September 1st. September 1st, it'll be out there.
And you didn't tell her what it was about.
Okay. I'm not.
Just a short summary.
I'm not good with pitches, though. That's the thing. I don't have, you know, that quote-unquote elevator pitch. I don't have that. If I had 30 seconds to tell someone about the story, I wouldn't be able to get it out. But on the outer core, it's a war story, right? It's a war going on, and at the inner core, there's a love story that takes place during the war story. Mm-hmm. And I know that's vague, telling you absolutely nothing, but
I try to tell people, like, okay, so it's a love story, but it's like, what would you do if the one you loved was sent to hell? Like, would you give up your soul for the one that you love to save them? And there's a war between heaven and hell going on, and you're caught up in all this stuff.
And they want nothing. They don't want to be part of it, but they're thrown into it.
Yeah, they're thrown in the mix, and that's the essence of the story.
Yes, and I cannot wait to finish it. And I know that when I do finish it and when it's out there, I probably will be sad because
it'll be over.
It'll be over.
Your baby will be out there.
Okay.
All right. And then the last the last question from her is, do we have a picture of when we first met, and will we show it? Do you remember where that picture is of the one with us at Bellagio in the office? Do you know where it is?
It's in my Facebook account.
Can you find it?
No, not right now.
Well, if you find it before I post this, you can give it to me and I can put it.
Yes, I will text it.
We'll try to find it. I don't know if we can
I know where
find
it is.
He's gonna text it to me. If I have it, I'll post it here for you guys to see. And we both look really dorky. So
not much has changed.
Yeah, pretty much. Next question is from Abby the Vegan Pooch. Are you finding it easier to meet vegan friends the longer you are vegan? What is the best thing having your YouTube channel has done for you, the worst and the hardest? And how do you deal with friends, loved ones changing their minds about veganism and going back to meat or dairy?
That's for you.
That's a long question. That's for me.
That's for you.
So am I finding it easier to meet friends? Yes, I meet most of my friends through YouTube and through Facebook. So, but again, Luis and I are very introverted, so I don't hang out with people very often.
I find like the older I get, the less need for friends I have.
Yeah.
it's
done nice to meet people. I like the friends that I've made a lot through YouTube and through Facebook, but I don't have a lot of time physically in real life to go hang out like with people. Like working full time and doing this full time and taking care of the kids, and I'm cooking all the time, and like most of my energy goes into this family and making videos for you guys. So I don't have a lot of extra time to hang out with people in real life, but I do love interacting with my friends online, and when I have time to, you know, get to know people online, I do enjoy doing that. It's really fun, and I've made a lot of good friends through YouTube. So yeah, it's easier. I just don't have a lot of physical time to spend with people, but it is easier to make friends through the internet and stuff. So I enjoy that. And the best thing, well, that's the best thing my YouTube channel has done for me, is made me friends that I can relate to, that actually have the same morals as me, and it's Like, I don't have any friends from my past anymore, hardly, because it's really hard to relate to people once you don't have the same morals anymore. Like, it's hard for me to have...
I think I can answer that question too. That part.
What?
I think that you've benefited for having the YouTube channel and pursuing this diet, and I think that your colonoscopy results have proven that it works, and you could.
Well, that's true too. Having my channel is what made me go full vegan and
give you a structure.
Yeah, and stick to
you're
it.
Being held accountable.
Exactly, and that helped my Crohn. In turn, helped my Crohn's like tremendously, and so that was a huge plus, of course.
I think that's
as well. So that plus
huge benefit.
Yeah, that changed my entire life. Plus, I've made awesome friends. So what's not to like about that? And then the hardest part of having my channel is just, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. And it's like working 2 full-time jobs, trying to do a video for you guys almost every day. Plus I work full-time, plus I have kids and a husband to pay attention to. So it's hard. Like, it takes
I'm
effort.
very demanding.
No, you're not. But to work full-time and then to spend 3 hours at night editing or whatever, and then I'm ignoring them while I'm editing or when I'm making videos most of the time. I'm doing it by myself most of the time. So yeah, it's hard. It takes a lot of work. Like, if it's not something you love, you won't stick to it. Like, most people, I think, would be on YouTube for like a year and then give up because it's too hard, it takes up too much time, or they don't post regularly because it takes a lot of effort. And
what you're saying right now is pretty much exactly what Steve Jobs said once.
Yeah, you have to do it because
about passion.
You have to do it because you love it. Yeah, or you'll just give up. So I love YouTube. It's totally benefited my life and I enjoy it. And as long as I continue to enjoy it, I will continue to do it. So if I start to hate it, obviously I'm not going to want to do it anymore. So let's keep it fun. And that's all I can say about that. And then if my friends change their mind about veganism, I have had some friends that changed their mind about veganism, and all I can really say about that is okay, so let's say I had 2 friends. I did have 2 friends that both went back to being not vegan. One friend was super honest with me and explained to me their situation, and I completely sympathize and understand where they're coming from, and they do have completely legitimate reasons that make sense to me of why they're not vegan anymore. The other person decided to lie to me and to hide it and to shut me out and then try to come back later and make excuses. And so of course that person is out of my life. I don't talk to that person anymore because they're a liar, and they didn't have enough faith in me as their friend to tell me the truth and to talk to me like a person, and to believe that I would listen to them. So why do I need someone like that in my life who doesn't trust me or doesn't believe that I'll be a sympathetic ear, or whatever? So it just depends on the person. If you tell me the truth and you're honest with me, honestly, we can't force every person in the world to be vegan. It would be nice if the world could be vegan, but I honestly highly doubt the world is ever going to be 100% vegan. That's my honest opinion. I don't think the world is ever going to be 100% vegan. So I'm not going to shut out the people in my life who are not or choose not to be, unless, they're a jerk and they lied to me, or they treated me bad, or they didn't have trust in me and felt like they couldn't talk to me. So if I have a friend that feels like they can't talk to me, then why should I talk to them? Right? So they're not really my friend. So some people stay and some people go, and that's just the way it is. And I support, if you're my friend, you're my friend, and if you're open-minded and you talk to me with respect and we can have like a relationship other than us being vegans together, on a deeper level, then if you talk to me on a human level and we have a connection other than us just being vegan, then obviously we'll still continue to be friends.
Okay.
All right, we got another question from my friend Sandra from Life on Plants, and it was, if you could do anything in the world and money was no object, what would you do?
Wow. Can I just say my dream?
It's a hard one.
If money wasn't an object.
I'm like, I don't know.
Imagine this. Imagine this. You walk into a coffee shop, right? You walk into a coffee
His
shop.
coffee shop dream.
Okay? And you go to the counter. And behind the counter, there's a large floor-to-ceiling window, right? And through the window, you see the coffee plants, right? You can see where we harvest the beans. So you know exactly where your coffee is coming from. And I would travel the world in searching for the best, not only the best beans, but the best soil, right? The best minerals, right? I would grow my own coffee on site, roast them, prepare them, grind them, the entire, from the plant to your coffee cup. It'll be a complete closed experience, right? And I would reek of coffee. And my hands would be stained of just dirt. That's my coffee shop.
You know, people are going to say, well, why don't you just do it? If that's,
I need all that.
If that's what you truly want,
I need capital.
They're going to say, why don't you just do it? Make it happen.
But could you imagine? Like, okay, I like Starbucks, but I mean, I don't know where that coffee is coming from, right? It could be coming from anywhere. But if you were to come to my shop, you could see exactly where the coffee is coming from. That is my coffee. That's your coffee. Through that window is your coffee. And that's be a complete experience.
Sorry I keep yawning, guys. I've had a long day.
And I will live on top. So it'd be 2-story shop. I will live on top.
That'd be cool. So all I know that I would do if money was no object was travel the world. Like, I want to go to Machu Picchu. I want to go to Egypt. I'd love to go back to Germany and do a castle tour and see all the castles in Germany and Holland and Denmark and everywhere, like Europe. If I could just go across all of Europe and go to every castle and eat all the vegan food and try all the different places, like, that's what I would do. And I would take my family with me, of course. That would be so fun if we could all do that together.
That'd be cool.
And then another thing she asked was if my Crohn's was doing better because I had a flare-up. And yes, thank you, Sandra, I'm doing a lot better. I always have to be careful because I get too crazy with the junk food and then I have bad flare-ups. But I'm trying to control myself a little bit better. So yeah, I'm doing better. Thank you.